This is Valley News Live at noon.
A travel alert is now in effect for parts of North Dakota following rough winter weather conditions. The travel alert is in place for Grand Forks, Steele, Griggs, Nelson, Wash, and Pembina counties. The alert was issued because roads are beginning to get slick and covered in snow with reduced visibility. As the day progresses, the alerts may be expanded to other parts of the state. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, Highway 64 near Staples is closed due to a crash. 2 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. In northwest Minnesota, the blue and magenta lines represent snow on the roads. The Department of Transportation says visibility is half a mile or less. So let's go over to meteorologist Lisa Green with the first look at your weather. Lisa?
Well, good afternoon. One place where we've had a lot of trouble with visibility lately is down at the Dakota Magic Casino. Our view has improved a little bit at this point. We can actually see a little bit of the hills in the background there, but overall still have that wind and we still have some blowing snow in that area as snow is falling. But you can see where the snow is concentrated at this point. Northwest Minnesota, though there are some places in eastern North Dakota being impacted by it, it is starting to wind down in that area as that warmer air punches into the valley. We'll see that snow continue to move on in most places. So right now, Fargo into a break in the snow. Grand Forks seeing a little bit of a more unsettled area of snow. Not just that, but there's also some pink on the map indicating we might have some sleet or a little bit of freezing rain on the tail edge of this as well. But if you're up in northwest Minnesota, Highway 59 down toward Detroit Lakes, we're looking at that snow ongoing for a little while longer. And for some of us, we haven't seen much of it just yet. Places like Bemidji and Baudette, it's coming your way right now. So Fargo, again, we've watched that snow move on after what was a tough few hours there for travel. And then up in the Northern Valley, again, Grand Forks, we're seeing just a cluster of unsettled areas of snow and potentially, again, a little bit of ice there potentially coming down right around the Northwood area. So this is all dropping to the south and east with this low that's affecting us. This along the warm front. Eventually, we'll watch the cold front drop in for later tonight, and that will have its own impacts. A look at our visibility, improving in eastern North Dakota, getting worse in western parts of Minnesota. You can see we've got basically Highway 59 again being a trouble spot. Visibility at a quarter mile in a lot of places right now. So that will continue to make its way eastward. We'll continue to see these winds increase. They've been gusting into the 30s this afternoon, or this morning, and now this afternoon out of the south, driving up our temperatures. Look where we are in Jamestown right now, 43. So these areas out west, where we picked up snow this morning, it's all starting to melt on those roadways, so it's getting sloppy there. Over to the east, we're looking at temperatures well below freezing still, so we're accumulating that snow right now. Now, winter weather advisory in effect. Some places have been trimmed from it because the snow has ended in those spots, but we're still looking at picking up some snow and having some travel impacts from it going into this afternoon, especially in our eastern counties. And when I come back, we're going to talk more about what happens when the cold front sweeps through for later on tonight and into tomorrow. It's going to be one of those days, it already has been, where the weather is changing by the hour.
It is one of those days where things change quickly. Thank you, Lisa. Police are investigating whether the Minneapolis bus driver who was shot in the head yesterday was targeted or hit by a stray bullet. Officials say 3 children younger than 10 were on the bus when the incident happened. They were not hurt and taken to their homes by police. The driver is expected to survive. Super Bowl Sunday could turn into a super crush of semis as the trucker protest over COVID vaccine mandates in Canada may soon be rolling to Los Angeles and a city near you. The Department of Homeland Security says it's received reports that the truckers could also travel across the country, possibly reaching Washington, D.C. as early as March 1st, which is the date President Biden delivers the State of the Union address. DHS has warned police agencies that while there are currently no indications of planned violence, the potential exists to severely disrupt transportation and federal government operations. The White House says it's watching the trucker protests in Canada very closely as they have a blockade a bridge into Detroit, impacting a supply chain already in crisis.
The Ambassador Bridge is Canada's busiest link to the United States and accounts for about 25% of trade between the two countries.
The governor of Michigan is calling on Canada to immediately reopen the bridge. A federal judge has granted a preliminary injunction against a South Dakota rule that would make the state one of the hardest places in the U.S. to get abortion pills. The injunction was issued against a rule pushed by Governor Kristi Noem that would have required abortion seekers to make 3 separate visits to a doctor to take abortion pills. Women are currently able to receive both drugs in the 2-dose medical abortion regimen in 1 visit. There could be some good news coming for Minnesota frontline workers. Yesterday, a House committee forwarded a bill to pay bonuses to healthcare workers and others whose jobs were deemed essential during the COVID-19 pandemic and couldn't work from home. The $1 billion proposal would send $1,500 bonuses to about 667,000 eligible workers, including those in healthcare, long-term care, emergency services, schools, childcare, hospitality, and retail. Leaders in both chambers say bonus checks are a priority this year, but with no deal yet, it's unclear just how quickly frontline workers could see that money. Today's online fundraiser, Giving Hearts, is off and running at noon today. It was already pulled in well over $3 million. 450 nonprofits are a part of this big donation day as they try to bolster their bank accounts to provide vital services to the community. The fundraiser goes for 24 hours, but we know from past years that the organization is happy to have your contributions at any time. Coming up at noon, Team USA quadrupled its gold medal count overnight, and they could get another gold medal following a drug testing controversy. But next, how long this snowfall will last.